WVII Bangor.
This is ABC 7 News at Noon.
Fire destroyed a home in Wynn this morning. Good afternoon. I'm Susan Farley. A wanted Massachusetts man was arrested following a standoff at a Waterville residence. And Maine's public advocate is expressing disappointment at a PUC denial of help for low-income ratepayers. Thank you for joining us. We'll have more on these and other stories in just a moment. First, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin?
Hey, Susan. Happy Thursday afternoon. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Lou G and Fredericks. Across from Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. Here we go. We still have high wind warnings and watches that are in effect here. The different shade here being indicated with this being the warning. That's up until 4 a.m. for you Saturday. And that right there is a high wind watch up until 2 a.m. Saturday. I expect that to get upgraded to a warning at some point. But on top of that, some other advisories in effect. That right there is an aerial flood watch up until 7 a.m. Saturday. And this right here is a storm watch in effect along the coast until 4 a.m. Saturday. This is worse than a gale warning. Plus, there's even more on the way, too, with the alerts. So we'll talk about a couple more here. This right there is a coastal flood watch. It's in effect until noon on Saturday because of that wind just pushing in from the south to the north. And this green shade right about in there is a coastal flood warning that is up as well. And that will last until about 2 p.m. as we head towards Friday. So lots of alerts in effect because of the system that's currently moving in. For now, though, we're just watching for some clouds. Nothing too ridiculous at this point. The system starts to get going late tonight and the parts of tomorrow morning. Let's zoom things out. Here it is right here, tracking from the southwest to the north and east. So we have this right here we're watching for, and this right here as well. That'll begin to track in our direction. That could equal some gusty winds and damaging winds at times up to 60 miles per hour in a few spots. So your hourly forecast moving forward, the winds are calm today. Will be mostly cloudy. The calm before the storm, temperatures in the 20s and 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Susan?
Thank you, Devin. Maine legislators reached a deal on a heating relief package for Mainers following a public hearing demanded by some Senate Republicans. The top Republican in the Maine Senate voted to advance a heating aid package. The proposed bill would grant $450 in energy assistance to qualifying Mainers. It also sets aside $71 million for other heating and housing aid programs, including $21 million for emergency housing assistance. The bill is largely funded by an expected state surplus. Those in favor of the bill all spoke about the urgent need for energy cost relief due to the state's rising cost of electricity and heating.
All of this will add to this winter's misery as Maine consumers, especially those low-income consumers, face energy prices that are extraordinarily high.
The energy relief checks could go out in late January if the legislature approves it when they reconvene January 4th. It's a terrible loss for residents of a mobile home in the town of Wynn. Their home is a total loss after fire erupted this morning. Officials from Mattawamkeag Fire Department say they were among the towns that were called to the scene. The call from the home on the Phillips Road came in a little after 6 o'clock this morning. They say it was fully involved in flames by the time crews arrived. There isn't much information about the people who lived there, but we're told their home was completely destroyed. Police have arrested a person in connection with a bank robbery in Bangor Tuesday. Police detectives arrested 32-year-old Donovan Steen of Bangor a little before 11 o'clock Wednesday morning. Steen was located near the Dysarts and Herman and taken into custody without incident. He's accused of holding up a branch of Bangor Savings Bank on Broadway Tuesday afternoon. Bangor police credit the public with a series of tips after the release of the robbery suspect photo that quickly identified Steen as the suspect. Local, state, and federal authorities arrested a wanted Massachusetts man following a standoff at a Waterville residence. According to Maine State Police, a search warrant was executed at 224 County Road after information indicated that 31-year-old Diego Martinez was hiding there. Martinez had been sought by multiple law enforcement agencies for a variety of warrants stemming from drug trafficking, kidnapping, and illegally possessing firearms. The state police tactical team and crisis negotiation team attempted to make contact with Martinez for several hours before entering the residence. They located Martinez hiding in an attic space created to avoid detection and placed him under arrest. 34-year-old Ryan Laux of Waterville, 41-year-old Talene Blakesley of Winslow were found hiding with Martinez and were also taken into custody. Martinez is charged with refusing to submit to arrest and creating a police standoff in addition to his 4 outstanding Maine warrants. The strike at the Woodland Pulp Mill in Baileyville has been averted. According to United Steelworkers Representative Mike Higgins, the organization overwhelmingly accepted the company's last proposal after voting for the past 2 days. The contract will last 3 years, dating back to August 31st of this year. It will include a 4% increase for the first year and a 3% increase for the second and third years. It will also maintain existing health care benefits and retirement benefits for the entirety of the new contract. The 3-year contract is set to expire in July of 2024. Maine's congressional delegation and Governor Mills spoke to the media about the provision that's been included in the omnibus spending package under consideration by the House and Senate that delays any further cuts or new regulations for the Maine lobster industry for the next 6 years. Senator Angus King stressed that one of the major goals of the provision and 6-year regulation pause is more research, which should include better tracking of where the right whale is present.
I'm most interested in the data. And one of the most frustrating things about this is that the lobster industry was, in effect, sentenced to economic death based upon no evidence, no proof. And I understand you want to be careful, particularly when you're dealing with an endangered species, but there should be some data to back up such a draconian result.
Congressman Jared Golden said that the Maine delegation worked hand in hand with stakeholders in Maine to speak with members about Congress about the importance of the lobster industry and finding a remedy. He said Maine's delegation represents a wide range of political ideologies, but he's proud of how they all came together.
We all did it because it was the right thing to do for the lobstermen, for their families, for the communities that they live in and that they hold up. They're so vital to the economy. As well as the economy of the state. So we did the right thing for the state of Maine, and that's really what it's all about. And I just want to thank everyone for that. And of course, knocking on wood, we'll get this thing passed this week and get home to Maine.
Senator Susan Collins commented on funding that is also part of the provision. It includes a possible authorization for up to $50 million every year for the next 10 years that will fund research, data collection, and technology development. Collins said she and her colleagues will work to ensure that money goes to groups that will be doing the invaluable work. Collins said the future amounts remain to be determined, but she wants to ensure the funding goes to entities that will actively help to save the right whale and the lobster industry. The spending package will be voted on this week. The Maine Public Utilities Commission denied a petition for relief from high electricity bills. The petition was filed by the Office of the Public Advocate earlier this month in response to the recently approved rate increase to the standard offer service. The OPA requested that low-income homes be granted a one-time $75 bill credit to offset the first 3 months of the rate increase. Officials say the petition was struck down because the PUC did not believe they had the authority to grant the request.
For all Mainers this winter, it's going to be a very tough winter for energy prices, whether it's oil, gas, electricity. All of them are headed in the wrong direction, and particularly for the low income.
William Harwood, Maine's public advocate, says although the PUC has denied this request, he and his office will continue to look for ways to get relief to low-income households. The Penobscot County Commissioner's Office awarded close to $3.5 million to projects across the county on Tuesday. $2.2 million went to Penquist, $600,000 for Fresh Start Recovery Homes, $500,000 to the Maine Discovery Museum, and $100,000 to the Bangor Public Library. The organizations that were awarded these funds were chosen for the difference they've made in the Penobscot County region in several areas, including workforce development, affordable housing, and child care.
The end result is to take these dollars and make it productive in the end, and really kind of give people an opportunity to better themselves, everybody, and on as equitable a basis as we possibly can.
There is still more money that will be allocated to any organization that's interested should visit the Penobscot County Commissioner's website for more information on how to apply. Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, Life Flight of Maine has completed an important upgrade that will help them take better care of patients when they need it most. We've got the details when we return.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 selling nerve care company. Nervive contains alpha-lipoic acid to relieve occasional nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort. Try Nervive Nerve Relief.
I like to boost it. My vitamins can boost it. I like to boost it. We like to boost it.
Find your boost. Uplifting vitamin boost.
Boost it.
Bangor Floral is your perfect destination this holiday season. Since 1925, Bangor Floral has been a premier provider of beautiful floral arrangements and thoughtful holiday gifts for almost 100 years, featuring new, colorful blooms, blossoming plants, and gift baskets that have warmed hearts for generations. And we strongly support the Buy Local movement by purchasing directly from local farms and growers. Bangor Floral at 332 Harlow Street. Experience a flower shop like no other this holiday season.
Happy holidays from Disconnected Tattoo in Ellsworth. Gift certificates are available. Body art is the perfect gift that keeps giving all year round. Patriot Homes wishes everyone a happy holiday. Patriot Homes can tackle all of your building projects, mobile home to the garages, porches, and decks. Happy holidays from Nana's Attic and then some. Now open in the Mill Mall, Ellsworth. We have antiques, treasures, collectibles, furniture, and more.
If I don't hear from you tonight, I know it, but I can't let go. Everything I love is out to sea.
The Greg B. Harrell Show. ...
Am I supposed to read the ...
More than that, you know there's nothing.
Planning your holiday meals and parties? Don't forget about visiting WA Bean & Sons in Bangor, just minutes from the Broadway exit in the Beaumark Industrial Park. Come see why WA Bean was voted best butcher shop in Bangor as you get your filet strips of ribeyes custom cut by professional butchers. Try one of their famous honey glazed spiral hams or smoked turkey or chicken. Open on site Monday through Friday. Maine products made by Maine people. WA Bean & Sons. Quality meats since 1860.
Happy Hanukkah from ABC 7.
Millions of people could be getting a white Christmas as a severe and massive winter storm prepares to unleash its wrath across much of the U.S. Fox News correspondent Jackie Ibanez has the latest on which areas could be hit the hardest and how the system could disrupt your holiday travel plans.
It's shaping up to be one of the worst winter storms in decades.
This will be a 1 in a 25-year type event for certain parts.
Roughly 190 million people across the country are under some form of winter advisory as of Wednesday, according to the National Weather Service, as freezing temperatures, intense winds, and heavy snowfall are expected Thursday through Saturday. The Midwest, Great Plains, Gulf Coast, and eastern U.S. are projected to bear the brunt.
There'll be a lot of places where it looks like the snow's been scoured away to nothing, but then in adjacent locations, there'll be 6 feet of snow piled up in a drift, so it's going to be pretty wild.
And the timing couldn't be worse.
Be patient. I think it's going to be an interesting couple of days.
Several major airlines have already canceled and delayed hundreds of flights, with many more projected over the next few days.
The de-icing program, it does take some time. You know, it takes up to 30 minutes to de-ice an aircraft.
Road conditions won't be any better.
Sliding in the ditches, hitting curbs, wench outs going into the ditches.
Creating headaches for the nearly 113 million people AAA say will travel away from home for the holidays. A blast of Arctic air is also on the way. Officials warn the wind chill could be life-threatening for portions of the Midwest and Great Lakes region. Jackie Ibanez, Fox News.
A young patient at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center recently became the first patient in Maine to take part of a particular treatment to reduce her allergic reaction to peanuts. Our Matthew Jaroncic has the story.
For most people with peanut allergies, they often live in constant fear of eating or touching something that would most likely result in an allergic reaction. However, 7-year-old Avery Farnsworth is providing hope for what seems like a never-ending struggle for so many.
We're very blessed to have that happen. We have been very nerve-wracked for most of her life, and now knowing that we can safely go to all those places without that fear, as greatly as it was, is very confident.
The treatment lasts more than 6 months with constant monitoring. Doses start at 3 milligrams, and after each visit, gradually increase the dose level to help kids become more tolerant to peanuts and eventually enjoy peanut-based products.
Starting with this very small dose of peanut powder, and then we gradually increase the dose to reach about 1 peanut protein level, which is 300 milligrams.
Despite the success, the Farnsworths say there have been, and still continues to be, some struggles with Avery taking her medicine.
Taking this medication has been an adventure for all of us. Her biggest struggle with the medication is that the texture and the taste of it, because she's never consumed peanut before. She just doesn't know what it tastes like. Getting her to take it every night has been difficult because there are some nights she just doesn't want to take it.
Avery can now say she is the first Maynard to participate in this groundbreaking program, and her mother recommends Dr. Lee's treatment to other families dealing with this issue.
I would encourage patients, kids ages 4 to 17 are able to do this program. Anaphylaxis is scary, and any reaction is scary, and having this little bit of protection, or at least something that will give you time to react, is very important.
Matthew Jurancic, ABC7 and Fox 22.
After a 5-year, $20 million campaign, Life Flight of Maine completes the fleet. The organization says they now have 3 upgraded critical care helicopters. Life Flight of Maine says having the 3 identical choppers creates a standardization that's important for pilots, clinical crews, and mechanics who work across the fleet. The helicopters also have greater power and speed, as well as a bigger interior and the latest aviation tools. Life Flight of Maine says this means more patients will be helped in the years to come.
These new aircraft with their advanced avionics can fly in better and different weather conditions, so that's more patients served more safely for all the people of Maine.
I see the good work that they do every single day, and to have them have the most state-of-the-art equipment to help them do their job, to take care of the patients is really wonderful.
The Life Flight Foundation says 7,500 donors came together to make this all possible. After the break, we'll take you to the menorah lighting ceremony at the State House. We'll be right back.
Happy holidays from Osborne's Plumbing and Heating in Bucksport and Ellsworth, featuring boiler and furnace replacement, gas or oil. Happy holidays from Natural Living Center, featuring a huge selection of natural and organic groceries, health and beauty supplies, and much more. Merry Christmas to all from the crew at Guilford Hardware, 66 Water Street, Guilford.
Oh, that feels so good. What a sweetheart. I'm so lucky.
These socks are so soft. And her feet don't smell? These would be perfect for hunting season.
Moisture wicking, odor resistant, hypoallergenic, softer than cashmere, and warmer than wool. Get your alpaca socks and more at the Blue Alpaca. Feel the difference.
Hey babe, can I borrow these socks?
Wings, Wings, Wings is hiring, hiring, hiring.
Come work at Wings, Wings, Wings.
Wings is #1.
Wings does case management.
Bring hope to families by working at Wings, Wings, Wings.
I work at Wings.
I work at Wings.
Come work at Wings.
Wings, Wings, Wings. Ranked one of the best places to work in Maine for the last 5 years in a row.
Living in Maine means long, cold winters and hot, humid summers. Whatever the weather, Bangor Heat Pumps is your solution. Open 24/7, Bangor Heat Pumps takes care of you, at home or at work. We operate statewide and service all brands and models. Understanding moving can be stressful. We will help move any units you may have. We offer a veterans discount in our home with a Capeless Hero discount. Visit us online at BangorHeatPumpsLLC.com or call or text us at 307-7746. Bangor Heat Pumps.
He said there was no leak from my apartment.
A neighbor's downstairs downpour.
You will clearly see the valve leaking.
So you were in his apartment?
That's correct.
At first you told me that's not true.
Will his defense go down the drain?
The leak was as a result of your apartment. apartment.
Mr. Schlegg is president of our homeowners association, so there's a clear conflict of interest.
This case is a farce. He did this himself.
Next, Judge Judy. Thursday at 5, only on ABC 7.
Governor Mills helped celebrate Hanukkah by lighting a menorah at the State House Wednesday. The governor said the symbol of light and resilience is a welcome sight in homes all across Maine.
The lights and symbols of Hanukkah are especially poignant this year when we see an increase, a sharp increase across this country of anti-Semitic actions and rhetoric. This year and every year, may the menorah remind us of the perseverance and the enduring light and flame of the Jewish people.
The governor said it was appropriate to light candles in homes across Maine on the shortest day of the year. More than a year after opening, a Maine community center has given families a place to call home. David Ledford has the story.
The Families First Community Center in Ellsworth is helping Maine families to get back on their feet. Since March of 2021, the organization has been providing homeless families with a place to stay. According to Shayna Frazier, the executive director of Families First, the center now offers new programs that give residents much more than just a roof over their heads.
Our goal is that when our residents leave here, that they are more self-sustainable, that they have a savings account set up, that they have a driver's license.
Frazier says that the on-site programming includes parenting classes, cooking classes, and even Tai Chi. In an effort to make it easier for residents to attend these programs, the center provides on-site daycare, which is open to anyone in need. Occupants at the center say that these opportunities have made a difference in their lives.
The program has definitely changed my life. It's just been really helpful in trying to achieve my goals in life, and I've gotten very far since then.
In addition to these programs, Frazier says that the center will be offering free gifts in the days leading up to Christmas for those who are unable to buy their own. According to Frazier, this is only possible thanks to the generosity of community members.
We've had some awesome people show up and donate a lot to it. People are going to be able to come in and get gifts for their kids from the community.
The center currently has 6 apartment units housing families and hopes to continue to grow in the future. For information on how to donate and help homeless Mainers, visit familiesfirstellsworth.org.
When we return, Evan Biggs has your 5-day forecast.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, watch out.
Watch out. The insurance company may try to tell you that you don't need a lawyer.
Watch out. The insurance company may try to settle before you're done with all your medical treatments.
Don't trust that insurance company after your accident. You could miss out on a lot of money. Call the twos and we'll watch out for you.
Lowry & Associates watched out for me and got me $275,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do? Call 222-2222.
Happy holidays from Tony Murray's Fairway Auto Sales. Come buy your vehicle the Fairway. It's not only a tagline, it's the way we do business. Happy holidays from Coastal Auto Parts, your locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts store. Now featuring a whole line of Milwaukee tools. Happy holidays from our family at Zeppa's New York Pizza. Wishing all a great 2023.
I was riding my bike just as nice as could be. I look up and here comes a car in my lane.
I saw Michael hit the car. He flew in the air.
I was in a coma for 30 some odd days. I woke up and I looked down and what is my leg? He had 2 or 3 types of fentanyl in him.
Cocaine and heroin.
Yeah. It's a robbery of life is what it is.
People that are on drugs don't realize it's not if you're going to hurt somebody, it's when.
I'm a great study of when.
When Mainly Mercantile wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Mainly Mercantile is a venue of small businesses. We are a diverse group offering upcycled furniture and home decor, vintage items, jewelry, DIY creative products, made in Maine items, and souvenirs.
It's the NBA on Christmas Day. See the first shot, I feel like I might call it play.
It's NBA Christmas Day. 5-star studded matchups all day long, beginning at noon on ESPN and ABC.
Welcome back. It sounds like it could get difficult for anyone doing some traveling. Let's check your full forecast with Devin Biggs. Devin?
Alrighty, happy Thursday afternoon. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Here we go. We have plenty of alerts in effect. This right here is a high wind warning that's up until 4 a.m. on Saturday. That's this shade right here. Then a similar shade off for the south and west is a little bit darker. Might be hard to tell on your television screen. That right there is a high wind watch that's in effect until 2 a.m. on Saturday. Expected to get upgraded at some point to a high wind warning. But otherwise, other alerts that are up. This is an aerial flood watch in effect because a 1 to 2, maybe up to 3 inches of rain can't be ruled out either. And this right here is a storm warning in effect till 4 a.m. Saturday. And because of all the gusty winds and a high surf, there's more alerts in effect. So let's kind of cue this up right here. And this right here is a coastal flood watch that's in effect until about noon on Saturday. And that's, of course, because of the strong winds out of the south to the north. That'll push some water on shore. There's this green shade right here as well. And that right there is a coastal flood warning. And that's up until 2 p.m. as we head towards Friday. So lots of alerts in effect because of the system that's currently moving in. It's not just us with the wind alerts right about in here. Other areas dealing with winter storm warnings, blizzard warnings, wind chill warnings, and wind chill advisories, even some hard freeze watches and warnings further down toward the south. Look at this. Even Texas, even into parts of Florida dealing with some of this. So this is definitely some active and unusual weather across a good part of the country. Back here at home, here's the general idea. So we're watching some of this right here, tracking from the west to the east. So the clouds continue to move in. Today is the calm before the storm. So if you need to take care of anything, make sure your generator is working or anything else, today is that day to do so because we have this system right here that will track off towards the north and east. And this system right here that will really intensify and track to the north and east. That could bring us wind gusts, damaging wind gusts, up to 60 miles per hour at times. That could definitely cause some power outages for a few of you, though, and some of those may be prolonged in a few spots. So Futurecast timing all this out. Clouds continue to move in. We'll keep that going today. The system starts to approach later on tonight and parts of tomorrow morning, starting off with a little bit of a rain-snow mixture and switching over to all rain as temperatures rise, courtesy of that gusty south wind up to 50 to 60 miles per hour at times. And then a cold front moves through as we head towards Friday evening. We could see a few more snow showers afterward, though. And even though most of the precipitation will be done as we head towards Saturday morning, which is Christmas Eve, by the way, we could still be dealing with some gusty winds at times. Here's a bigger picture. This thing just really intensifies in a big hurry with that gusty south wind pushing in some warmer air and, of course, some strong damaging winds as well and some heavy downpours as well with that wind shear mix that will switch over to rain. And then we'll get all this out of here for the most part as we head towards Saturday, but still some gusty winds even as we head towards Christmas Day. So here's the general idea. Any of the snow that does fall will be in the northern ends of the state, and even then the accumulation not looking too impressive at this point. Most of that will melt with the temperatures that'll rise above freezing. But of course the rainfall as well, 1 to 2 inches, maybe even up to 3 inches in some spots before we'll all finish up in the rainfall side of things. So plenty of rain to watch out for as things do develop. And of course the gusty winds on the way too. Today we're pretty quiet. It's the calm before the storm. It's tomorrow we have to watch out for very closely with gusts up to around 40 to 50, even up to 60, getting close to 70 miles per hour in a few spots. So again, power outages will be an issue, so make sure you are prepared for that. So your forecast moving forward for today. Today is that preparation day. Lower 30s, mostly cloudy with that east wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper 20s, rain and snow moving in late. It will also be breezy. That east wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast. Our wintry mix switches over to all rain on Friday with gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour possible. Highs in the lower 50s and cooling off quickly to 15 degrees Friday night. Then Christmas Eve and Christmas Day finally drying out, partly cloudy. Highs in the mid-20s and upper 20s on Monday with a mostly sunny sky.
Sounds like we've made things interesting for Christmas. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening with Peter Dubois and Beth Jones on ABC 7 News at 6. Have a great afternoon.
Celebrate the season with Jeopardy! Little-known holiday facts. On the first day of Hanukkah in 1979, this president lit the first national menorah. Who is Jimmy Carter? Did you get it? Let's try another one. Each year, Nova Scotia celebrates its friendship with this city by giving it a giant Christmas tree. What is Boston? We wish you a wonderful holiday season, and we'll see you this week on Jeopardy!
All this week at 7:30, only on ABC 7.